Senator Pat Toomey now joins me from Allentown. Do you think that Mitt Romney is the person that the president needs to be speaking to? Is he the leader of the Republican Party?
Well, I think it'd be terrific if President Obama would speak with Mitt Romney, because Mitt Romney had a lot of very good ideas, constructive ideas that would actually get us on the right path. I'm not so sure that that's going to be an extremely fruitful conversation, but it's a good place to start.
What about your concerns? You've always been a fiscal conservative, yet at the same time, Republican leaders, Mitch McConnell, indicated that there is no give, that no compromise is going to be possible. At least that was the signal in his comments last night, his statement last night. Don't Republicans and Democrats, the White House, have to start over and try to build some trust?
Well, Andrea, first of all, I wouldn't characterize Mitch McConnell's views that way generally. I don't know what statement you're referring to, but let's remember the actual history. I was there. I was a member of the super committee, and when the Democrats insisted they had to have $1 trillion tax increase, even though that doesn't solve the problem, I agreed to meet them halfway, and they left the table. So we were willing. We've been willing to be very reasonable and flexible. What we're saying is, hey, let's solve the actual problem. The problem we have are government programs that are growing too fast. No government program can grow faster than the economy indefinitely, and we have a whole bunch of them that are doing exactly that. If the Democrats will come to the table and work with us, and I hope they will, now that the election's over, I hope we can sit down and put politics aside at least for a little while and get to work on this, because I think we're living on borrowed time. We've got to get this spending under control. Well,
Senator, you well recall that early debate where the candidates, at least for the nomination, were asked, would you accept $10 in spending cuts for $1 in tax increases, and they all said no. Is that kind of a deal that you would consider? Would you consider any kind of tax increases if it's balanced by enough spending cuts?
As I just said, the deal that I put on the table put new revenue on the table. The Democrats asked for $1 trillion. That was just way too much, would be very damaging to the economy. But I agreed to offer half of that, provided that it come in the context of pro-growth tax reform, because at the end of the day, we really need to get this economy moving. So I think the sensible and responsible thing to do is to solve our fiscal problem in a way that actually encourages economic growth, not discouraging it. I know the optimal way to solve this problem is not with any additional tax increase, but if that's a price we have to pay in order to actually solve the problem, as long as it comes in the context of pro-growth tax reform, it's something that we've considered in the past and we'd be willing to consider.
Senator Pat Toomey, thanks so much, from Pennsylvania.
Thanks for having me.
And up next, what does